Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the ninth match of CPL 2025 between top of the table, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, against former champion, the Guyana Amazon Warriors, and perennial favorite. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here, and I appreciate your company very much tonight. Guyana Amazon Warriors won the toss, and after 7.2 overs, they are 42 for 1. Shea Hope is on 24 from 21 deliveries, and Kevlin Anderson is struggling on 9 from 15 deliveries. The batsman to go was McDermott, as that one Shakib Al Hassan pitched up, Hope driven it down to the field on the cover boundary for a single. One more to the total, 43 for 1. So the batsman to go was McDermott. Ben McDermott, he was out caught by Seals off the bowling of Obed McCoy, who's turning out to be very, very instrumental in the outcome of matches in this tournament, as I think he has now gone 8 wickets. That's Obed McCoy. So Ben McDermott was caught by Seals off the bowling of Obed McCoy for 8 from 8 deliveries. And so Hope is on 25 from 22. Kevlin Anderson is on 10 from 16. Guyana Amazon Warriors, after 7.4 overs, they are 44 for 1. 44 for 1 after 7.4 overs. Hassan bowls to Shea Hope, who forced it down again towards that fielder coming off the cover boundary. And Curtly Ambrose, the bowling coach of ABF, is a very happy man. And there is the head coach, Nixon. 7.5 overs, 45 for 1. One wonders why Guyana would have won the toss and decided to bat first when rain was in the air. Hassan pitched up to Kevlin Anderson, work it down to mid-wicket, and they'll come back for 2 good running. Good placement there on his pad. He works it into the big acres of space on the inside, and they were back for 2. 47 for 1 at the end of over number 8. 47 for 1 at the end of number 8. No, there's no change in the playing condition. We do not lose any over. Welcome, Christopher Bristol. Welcome, Banana Brooks. Happy to have you guys here. Happy to have everyone here. And we look forward to an enthralling evening of cricket, as Guyana Amazon Warriors will be looking for their second victory, while the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons will be looking to remain at the top of the table. They are the table toppers on 5 points. Mark you, they would have played 4 games. Well, they would have played 3 because 1 was abandoned. They lost 1, 1, 2, and then 1 point from the abandoned game. So they are on 5 points. Guyana Amazon Warriors have only played 1 game. You can understand, because they will be playing the bulk of their home games when they go home for the final leg of the tournament. So for the moment, Guyana is just going through and playing 1-1 game. So the next game is against St. Lucia Kings. Imad Wasim short to Anderson is off the back foot, and he cuts it down to the fielder. That's Springer on the cover boundary, and they'll get a single. So the food is nice in Antigua. So good business is being done there. In Antigua, the smoke that looks to be jerk pork, or is it jerk chicken? Nonetheless, we are whatsoever it is. Imad Wazib round the wicket, bowls to Shea Hope, who force it down to that fielder on the cover boundary. At this time, it appears that that's where Guyana is getting their runs from. I know that you know they are both playing 11 on the screen. There are some light, having some lighting challenge, some challenge with the lights, and that is why you know, just to sort of limit the effect of the poor light. That's why I put both playing 11 on the screen, because there's really some really poor lighting. As Anderson looks to sweep, I think it took him on the pad just outside the line of the half stump. Stifled appeal, leg by signal by that gentleman there. Leg by signal. 51 for 1. Michael Douglas is saying Guyana batting lineup is very long, so I don't see why batsmen are so cautious. After back foot goes Shea up again to that man down on the cover boundary. He has to move a little to his left this time, but he still prevent the second. So Springer doing a good work there on the cover boundary. 52 for 1 after 8.5. And as Michael Douglas said, this is very cautious. This is very cautious from the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Again, this, you know, Curtly Ambrose, if he's getting his way, then this team can be a very serious team to beat, you know. Imad Wasim comes in, bowls to Anderson, can't beat backward point, but they go through for a single. Good work there by the field at backward point, who scrambled to his, probably I should even be using, well, it's a sport channel, who scrambled to his left, to his right and field, and one more to the total. End of over number 9. And so if Curtly Ambrose is getting his way, which in franchise cricket, the coaches usually get their way. It's not like in West Indies cricket where there's player power, you know, and West Indies almost begging the players to play so they get away with everything. In franchise cricket, and I'm sure that Curtly Ambrose would have stamped his authority on this team, and he would have been getting from his bowlers what he wants. And you should not be surprised that this team is highly effective with the ball. Shakib Al Hassan bowls to Kevlan Anderson, who hit him for 6 over long on. Is that more rain coming? It appears that more rain is coming, as that one was hit for 6 over long on. Good night to you too, Kurt. How are you? I understand why Guyana is not playing Kemo Paul. Is the injury a bit? I don't know. I think I heard Kemo Paul said this is a make or break season for him. And the other day we saw him, he came on as a substitute fielder. So I very much doubt that he's injured. So I would doubt it. I heard nothing about injured, as Anderson is long forward and played it out into the onside for a single. 60 for 1 after 9.2. So I doubt very much that Kemo Paul is injured, because we saw earlier in the season where we saw in the first Guyana match he was as a substitute fielder. So clearly he has been dropped from the playing 11. He's not needed. Bowls to Shea Hope, who swings across the line, and it will go wide of long on, and they will get a single. It went into the gap, but the fielders were able to cut the angle quickly, sends the return in. 61 for 1 after 9.3. Shea Hope is on 30. Kevlan Anderson 21 from 22. You can't have Moti come in at 9. Forward come Anderson, played it down to long on for a test match single. The score goes up to 60, should be 63 now. It's still saying 62, but 62 for 1 after 9.4 overs. You can't have Moti coming at 9 and you just want to spend 3 over knocking it around. Yeah, you have to go hard. I agree with you, Michael Douglas. Shakib Al Hassan did not deliver. You know, Kevlan Anderson, was he backing up too far there just now? We don't know. Probably Kevlan Anderson was backing up a little bit too far, and Shakib Al Hassan warning him that, man, I will run you out. Shakib Al Hassan, he comes in now, wide outside the half stump, goes through to the keeper. That's a much quicker one that was inside the line. It was very much inside the line. He's 62 for 1. Shakib Al Hassan in his final delivery of his second over, bowls to Hope. Hope cuts it to the right of backward point. The fielder scrambled and keep the ball in front of him, so they will go through for a single. 63 for 1 after 9. So there's going to be a strategic timeout at this moment. 63 for 1 after 9. Let's see what the coach is going to tell them at this time. 63. So there's a playing 11 on the board. For the Guyana Amazon Warriors, Ben McDermott, who has already been dismissed, Kevlan Anderson, Shea Hope, Shimranet Maya, Muin Ali, Iftikhar Ahmed, Romario Shepherd, Dwayne Pretorius, Gudakesh Moti, Shamar Joseph, and Imran Tayer. I'm really looking forward to see how Shamar Joseph will go tonight. We have seen Seals working up some pace. Is Seals the best bowler in this tournament? Seals may well be the best bowler in this tournament, you know. So the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons 11 is Joel, Andrew, Raheem, Cornwall, and Andrew really need now to start make some runs. It's no more potential. You have to start make some runs now. We see similar 17 and 18 and 19 years old all over the world contributing significantly. The time for the 20 and the 30s and the 40s are long gone. You now need to start making substantial scores. Kareem Gore, Bevan Jacobs, Shakib Al Hassan, Imad Wazim, Fabian Allen, Shamar Springer. Obed McCoy, as I said, Obed McCoy is one of the leading wicket takers in the tournament thus far. Jaden Seals and Usama Mir. So it's going to be very interesting. Is Jaden Seals the best bowler in the tournament? And when I say best bowler, I was very deliberate. And I never said best fast bowler. I said best bowler. I was very deliberate. I'm lending my support to Antigua tonight, said Jamor Small, being a good neighbor. Okay, good. Good, Jamor Small, boys. I saw you, Jamor Small. You and the stars. You're a star now, Jamor Small. I saw you and Bravo and all of those guys having a good time. You mean he has been selected to play any games as yet in the playing 11? In my book, Paul should be almost every time in the 11, said Kurt Amute. Well, it's your book, so yeah, you write your own book, Kurt Amute. But the leadership of the Guyana Amazon Warriors don't think that he should be in the playing 11. They don't think that he's good enough to get in. Who do you replace? Shepherd? Pretorius? Who won the tournament for them 2 years ago? Who do you replace in that 11? I think, who really, look at that playing 11, who would you take out to put in Kemo Paul? So tell us who you think you take out. Who is your player of the tournament so far? It's always something hard for me to do during the tournament, It's on the 9 matches. Tonight is the 9 of 35. There'll be 35 matches in the tournament. So it's going to be very hard for me now to decide that already. So I really want to see some matches play. But the question that I'm asking is Jaden Seals the best bowler in the tournament? And as I said, I'm very deliberate. I did not say best fast bowler. Imad Wasim comes in now, bowls to Shea Hope, who cannot beat backward point. The score remains at 63-1. I did not say best fast bowler. I said best bowler. And I was very deliberate. Well, Kirk Amute, I can only report the facts. I only report the facts. So, you might rate Kemo Paul, but is that ever, you must realize that you might rate Kemo Paul, but not everybody rates him, So that's it. He's not in the playing 11. Thank you, Pascal Vitalis. Good night to you. Yeah, Older has been good so far. Yes, I agree with you, Michael Douglas. Jason Older has been good. All right, Lazy Older comes in, bowls to the right-handed Kevlan, and this was chance for a run out, but the bowler did not shy at the stump. As Anderson played down the inside of the pitch, the bowler skipped across, picked up. Hope realized the urgency of the situation, put on the brakes, and he turns like a Mercedes-Benz there, quick turning. Imad was in bowls to Anderson high in the air. This is a chance. Let's see. Deep mid-wicket comes in, took the catch. Kevlan Anderson has been put out of his misery. 22 from 25 deliveries. Gone, caught in the deep. That looks to be, who is that took that catch? I'm trying to, is Jacobs? That looks to be Bevan Jacobs. The graphics will come up shortly though. That looks to be Bevan Jacobs. So Kevlan Anderson have been put out of his misery. Gone, caught by Jacobs. Definitely look to be Jacobs off the bowling of Imad Wazim as he looks to slug sweep, and it went high in the air. And so Gore, sorry, he was caught by Gore. So Gore was the fielder that took the catch. Gone for 22 from 25 deliveries. And I guess Shimron Etmire will come to the crease. Will he bat 10 ball tonight? Greetings to you, Athena. Good to see you here, man. Happy evening to you. Will Shimron Etmire bat 10 ball tonight? Going to be very interesting. Will we have an electrifying century from Shimron Etmire tonight? Will we have an electrifying? And you can check out the Cricket Forum survival kit in the video description. You know, the Cricket Forum survival kit, like the shirt I'm wearing. I wear these shirts when I'm very hot. So you can get some of these shirts yourself. Just click on the link in the video description and purchase them straightforward, you know. These times are very hot, you know, and these shirts are just ideal. I wear them as undershirts sometimes, but because of the heat now, I wear them on the live stream. You know, I remember Monday I was out doing a gig and the time gets so hot and I was able to take off my shirt and keep on these because although I use them as undershirt, they still have enough quality for me to wear them on the live gig. But you can check it out in the video description. The link is in the video description. Our survival kit link is in the video description and also a match day link. So there are two set of links in the video description. Check them out. Our match day cricket link and our survival kit for doing watch along. Mr. Cricket Forum, I feel for Allen to make a return to the team. He needs to score 100, a few to be added as the third spinner in the ODI team. But he's not bowling for the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, so he cannot play for the West Indies team as a spinner. He needs to bowl for the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons first, Kurt. It looked like 10 balls, man. Come down, said Jamur Suma. Let's see what will happen today. Let's see what will happen today. You know, will he give us a blistering 100 today? It will be exciting. You can imagine if Shimron Etmire should make 100 today, how exciting this match would be. It would be exhilarating, eh? Because I think it's just about 60 balls remaining in the Guyana Amazon Warriors innings. And if he can screech out 100, well, it's 54, sorry. He's on 1 from 1. Hope is on 33 from 32. 66 for 2 after 11. And Usama comes into the attack, and this is a big threat now. We are top 3 for sure, said the champion in the CPL. Okay. So let's enhance the discussion. I realize that over 2/3 of the persons, Usama comes in, bowls to Hope, or plays it down again to Springer on the cover boundary. So the champion, let's enhance the discussion now. Who you say who are the 3? Well, IPL is clearly number 1, you know. So who would be in the 3 also? So if you have CPL and you have IPL in the top 3, which make up the other 3? Yeah, oh, you said second to only IPL. So the BBL don't have a talk, the SA20. What do you think about the SA20 and the BBL? I really don't think the International League T20 is bigger than the CPL. Usama bowls to Etmire and he swings this down to Cow Corner for 6. Over the rope. I told you, you know, we may well get a blistering 100 from Shimron Etmire today. 2 deliveries, 7 runs, 1 6 and a single as the leg spinner turned into him and he swung it away. I don't think that came right out of the screw of the bat, but nonetheless, there was enough power to clear the deep mid-wicket boundary as Cow Corner came to his left, but it was always out of his reach. 73 for 2 after 11.2. I hope everyone is having a good night. Thank you, the champion. I hope so too, and I hope the same for you. Amazon is batting like a dead dog, said Farm. Wow. Usama comes in, bowls to Etmire, who goes on his back foot, steer the googly to backward point. Springer didn't stop cleanly, but nonetheless, he prevent the second. 74 for 2 after 11.3. Yeah, so check out the Cricket Forum survival kit in the video description. And our match day store. So check out our match day store. Man, if Edmire make 100, his fans will come out the woodwork, said the champion. Wow. Let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. There's a change of ball. IPL, CPL, then PSL or Big Bash. So what about SA20, the champion? You don't think SA20 is up there? Let me see what the poll is saying, though, the champion. I'll check on the poll that, wow, overwhelmingly, 62% of you believe that really and truly the CPL is in the top 3. Only 12% think that it is outside the top 5. But the majority of you do think that it's in the top 3. Three Patriots man in the maximum race. Here is Usama. Comes in, bowls to Hope. Full pitch. Hope steered it down to Springer. So is it Springer? No, that's a left-hander this time. So probably Springer is on the other side. So there seems to be a relationship between the field and the cover boundary and Shea Hope, as he's yet to score another run. Three Patriots man in the maximum race. Nikki said, I'm a Hetty fan. I am super disappointed in Hetty though, said Nikki. Okay, Nikki, thanks for your honesty and your straightforwardness. I always appreciate such honesty and such straightforwardness. Down the leg side, Maya turn this down back with a square leg and get a comfortable singer. So 76 for 2 after 11.5. And despite this over going for a 6 off the second ball, it's still only 10 conceded out of the over thus far. And Ambrose is not happy with the fact that the leg spinner is bowling at this time. Ambrose would have preferred to see Jaden Seals come back into the attack. And I think that's why he looks on his face, because I'm surprised why the leg spinner is bowling at this time. Bowls to Shea Hope, who hit it dead straight for 6. So I guess that's why Ambrose was bending. You know, he looks bent. 82 for 2 after 12. That's why he was looking so bent. He can't be happy with the fact that they decide to bowl a leg spinner at this time. Who's captain in this team? Imad Wasim. Come on, Imad Wasim. Go back for Obed McCoy. You have Obed McCoy with overs. You have Jaden Seals with over. There's no way the spinner should be bowling at this time. You know, especially the leg spinner turning into Shea Hope. Not Shea Hope, the leg spinner turning into Shimran Edmire. So, you know, Jaden Seals have 2, Obed McCoy have 2, you know, Shakib Al-Hassan have 2. And I know you need to get out some overs, but then you have to go to Seals. Go to Seals for 1, go to Obed McCoy for 1, and try and nick off Edmire early. You know, you may need Mir to bowl, yes, because it depends on how well Shakib Al-Hassan go or Shamar Springer, because you'll have to find 2 overs between Shamar Springer and Mir. But those 2 overs don't have to come now. Those 2 overs can come later, and I think that's why Ambrose is looking absolutely bent. The stadium is packed. This is the Sir Vivian Richard Cricket Stadium. It's absolutely packed. And this is what happened when your team is at the top of the table. There are a few Guyanese fans there, though, but the majority of them have packed in. I appreciate what you're doing, said Pascal Vitalis. Thank you very much, man. Glad I appreciate those comments, those kind comments. I appreciate it. Shamar Springer did have a good tournament last year now. He also did have a good Super 50 tournament. So he has been bowling well. His first over went for 10, but I think that he should have been given another over. I think he bowled that first over in the power play. So thank you, Pascal. I am off island, and that's the only way I can follow is through your watch along. I'm very happy to be able to do this. as that one is edged down to short third man. A wild return comes in from Obed McCoy, which allows the batsman to come back for 2. Wild return on his knee. He just threw the ball away. The batsmen were back for 2, 84 for 2. So Edmire edged the ball to Obed McCoy at short third man, and he just a wild return. And the batsman said, thank you. Thank you. The return was so wild. It's 84 for 2. Shamar Springer. He's over the wicket. Bowls to Edmire, and Edmire plays and misses outside the arse stump through to the keeper. 84 for 2. Sometimes when you see bowlers fling away the ball like that when another bowler is bowling, you have to wonder about the motive, you know. You have to wonder if it was deliberately done just to make sure that the other bowler's figure is worse than yours. Huh? It can go so? What can go so? Let not think that way. It can't really go so. Can it really go so? Springer. Over the wicket, bowls to Edmire. He cuts away down toward backward point on the bounce. Watch carefully there, Allen. He sends a return in. Bad return. They come back for 2. Well run. Hope and Edmire. Good running. Poor fielding there by Allen. He needed was to cut the angle quicker. Comes in and release the ball much quicker. That was poor by Allen. He allows the ball to come to him. The ball should not have bounced twice. Allen should have cut it out, cut the angle, and then a poor return. Was it Allen or was it? I think it was Allen. If it wasn't Allen, please correct me. Let's watch Springer. Comes in, bowls to Edmire, hedge down to third man for 4. Deliberately in the gap between the keeper and short third man. Edmire just caresses it down to the third man boundary for 4. He's on 17 now from 8 deliveries. 41 to Shea Hope. And this is Edmire danger period coming up now. He needs to survive these next 2 deliveries. If he survives these next 2 deliveries, then we could be in for something special tonight. The 3 that I just named have a lot of more reliability with the fans. The rest of the franchises feel like a MoneyGram, said the champion. Edmire is off the back foot and he steered this down towards the fielder on the cover boundary to take the score up to 91 after 12.5 overs. 91 after 12.5 overs. Edmire is on 18. Shea Hope is on 41. So Edmire on 18. Hope is on 41. So check out our survival kit in the video description and check out our match day store too. Very interesting things. Springer over the wicket, bowls to Hope, who plays this one down to long on for a singer. The score goes up by 1 to 92 for 2 at the end of 13 overs. I got you the champion. I got you. In all honesty, the CPL last year has more than 500 million viewers. And you would give SA a few more years. Ambrose has no poker face, said Nicky. He's just always serious. Okay, cool. Does Nix coaching has a good reputation in the Caribbean? Yes, man. Nix is highly rated in the Caribbean. Hasn't he won the CPL twice already? He's a good coach. Nix is highly rated, Banana Brooks. Absolutely highly rated. He was certainly a vocal and live wire keeper batsman in the UK. I remember him quite well. But he's highly rated as a coach. I would not have a problem with someone like Nix coaching the West Indies team, you know. They said that's a loser mentality. Okay, Nicky. Yeah, man, Ambrose is a winner. Yes, Banana Brooks. I wouldn't have a problem with someone like Nix coaching the West Indies team. Definitely. He's a much better coach than Darren Sammy for sure. I am warning Antigua Falcons. Don't get on Ambrose wrong side, said Jamor Sumal. Yes. Yes, yes, definitely. It was Karim Gore with the sloppy feeling, not Fabian Allen. Okay. So why did they show Allen first? They did show Allen first, although they went back to Gore, but they did show him first. That's why I think so. Good night, King Nelson. How are you, man? Happy to have you here. Mir bowls to Sheho, plays this away down to the field and the cover boundary. So I will ask, I'll react to that by in this way, King Nelson. And Michael Douglas can help me out here. And the champion, all of you can help me out here to respond to King Nelson. So Pooran should have captain my New York then. Ravman Powell should have captain. That one is swung away by Hetmeyer for 6. So he has passed the 10 deliveries now. So he is up now to 24 from 10 deliveries. So this is dangerous. I told you about Hetmeyer tonight. So King Nelson, I am disappointed that something like that would come into your thoughts. I'm telling you the truth. You know, I'm disappointed. You know, I'm very disappointed because there are so many franchise teams all over the world that West Indian captains. So many. So many franchise teams all over the world that West Indians are coaches of them. So I'm disappointed. In truth and fact, King Nelson, I'm disappointed with that comment. But I am sure Michael Douglas is working on a long list of the teams that the West Indian captains all over the world. Franchise team. You know? Here is Mary. Comes in now, bowls to Shea Hope, who hit this over long off for 6. So that's 49 for the West Indies captain of 38 deliveries. 106 for 2, and Nick Sudhir gets up and said, that's the end of it, you know. Nicky saying, I was not talking about Ambrose with the loser mentality comment. I was commenting on the bowler's bad return. Okay, get you. But it's thank you, Nicky. But it's just my conspiracy theory. Do you think so? Do you think he deliberately want the other bowler's record to be worse than his? That's why he just throw away the ball like that, Nicky? Because it's just my conspiracy theory. That's how my mind works sometimes. No, sometimes the way my mind works, boy, it's dangerous. Because I conceive and conceptualize. Yes. Yeah. I have good news. 80 face 11 ball, said Javor Sumal. Yeah. Balls to Hope. Mere balls to Hope. It played away down towards the fielder, the extra cover boundary for a single. That's the end of Mir. I don't think that we'll see Mir for the rest of the night. I think the 6 overs remaining will be bowled between Seals, Abed McCoy, and the left-arm spinner from Bangladesh. What's his name? The politician, Shakib Al Hassan. Yeah. So, yes, Jamur Sumal. Yeah. Oh, Nicky said, hit him more than 11 balls. Problem tonight. Okay, lovely. So Hetmeyer's face more than 11 balls. One of more than 10 deliveries. So his problem tonight, said Nicky. We are in for a treat. We are absolutely in for a treat. As Hetmeyer's face more than 11 deliveries. Okay, that is true. You can't give away runs. Loser mentality. Yeah. Yes, that is definitely true, Nicky. Ambrose always plays to win, unlike these current players, said Farm. Yeah, and I think that Ambrose is one of those players who always say that I'm available for the West Indies team, but my standards are my standards, and probably that's why he's not coaching the West Indies team. Probably he's not the ball. Why? And to be honest, you know, the present coach is doing a good job. Seals comes in, balls to Hope. Hope's backs away and cuts it down to the field and the cover boundary for a single. What is he giving himself room there or was Shea Hope running? What do you think? He was running or was giving himself room? He's on 51, 25 to Shimron Etmire, 108 for 2. Yes, farmer. Yeah, man. So Ambrose have repeatedly said that he's available to assist with the West Indies team. Nonetheless, Ravi Rampal is doing a good job. We must give credit where credit is due. He's really doing a good job. Next goal for Etty is to pass his age. Yes. Thank you, Banana Brooks. Hope is on 51. Seals to Hetmeyer, cuts away. Good shot. Down towards backward point. Straight to the fielder on the boundary. He moves up to 26. So he's closing in on his age. I think he born 96. 96 he born, so he's now 29. So he's on 26, so he's closing in on his age. If Ambrose is captain, then half of the players will be without a job. Yeah. I just think they will switch on. Like after this delivery, I take it. So Seals to Hope. He bowls to Hope, and Hope's play this away in the gap down to the cover boundary for 4. So he's finally picked the gap. He beat backward point to his right and beat the cover field on the sweep on the cover boundary to his left. He moves up now to 55 from 42 deliveries. 113 for 2. 113 for 2, the Guyana Amazon Warriors. This could be a 200 total, Could be. So if Ambrose was the captain, then half of these players will be without a job. I don't think so in a farm. I think they'll be performing better. I'll come to you. Seals over the wicket, bowls to Hope, and Hope cut this away down towards the third man boundary. It's running very close to the boundary. Well played by Shea Hope into the boundary for 4. Oh, lovely shot by Shea Hope. Moves up to 59. 117 for 2. Hetmeyer's on 26. So the thing is, farm. You know that, like, majority of the times, we'll see workers in the Caribbean, and they are low productive workers, very low productive workers, especially on the farms. Low productive workers. But by the time they set foot in North America, Seals bowls to Hope, who plays it down to the field and the cover boundary for a signal. 118 for 2. So those workers in the Caribbean who are not highly productive, by the time they set foot in North America, Canada, and the USA, they then now becomes highly productive. Those same workers, So I think that if you have a serious man like Ambrose in the West Indies setup and he's given the authority, they will become more productive. Step up or ship out, absolutely banana. Seals bowls to Hetmeyer, who swung this away. Over deep mid-wicket for 6. The ambulance in trouble. Wow, the ambulance in trouble. This look like 200, 124 for 2 after 15. 200 is on the card. TV and cricket power play. Bless up, man. And big up to your wife, Christina. I'm sure that she's enjoying this 80 innings. Christina, she's from Guyana. That's my good friend Hilton Tucker wife. He's from Guyana. So I want to big her up. I'm sure that she's enjoying this innings. Big shot by Shimron Etmire. Big up to you, Elton. So you confirm what I was thinking all along. Sammy is not up to standard. We talk about that a lot on this show, because especially when the test series was going, and the director of cricket confirmed that Darren Sammy is a level 2. Although at the time the job was advertised, it clearly stated that part of the qualification was you need to be a level 3. So Jamwar Sumali said, breaking news, Hetty passes age, next goal, half century. Yeah. He has passed his age. Yes, he has passed 29. Yes, Jamor Small. So, King Nelson, I already said to you, King Nelson, I am not in that. I am not in that. I am not in that, King Nelson. I am not going down that road. I'm not going down that road, King Nelson. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Furthermore, King Nelson, the CPL teams are not owned by Cricket West Indies. I think there's only the CPL teams are not owned by Cricket West Indies. McCoy bowls to Hope, who plays this away. Good draw! Oh, he caught it and dropped it. Good work though by Seals. Oh my Lord. Good work. Good work. So good work there by Seals. Good effort. Was that a should he have hung on? Well, he got both hands to it. He should have hung on. 62. So King Nelson, all 6 CPL teams are private businesses. And, you know, I'm telling you the truth, King Nelson, I am deeply hurt by someone who thinks that all the franchise teams, as a matter of, I don't know the right, Hope is beaten outside the Aston, who just think that the team should be captained by West Indians. You know that is bordering on, is it bordering on discrimination? You in the chat tell me, is it bordering on discrimination or is it discrimination outright? That kind of thought process does not belong in a modern society, you know, King Nelson. That type of thought process, because the tournament is being played in the West Indies, you think that all of the franchises should be captained by West Indians, when I think only one of these franchises owned by a West Indian, and he lives in the United States. Because TKR, Barbados Royals, well, 2, Guyana Amazon Warriors, the 2 teams that are playing right now are the only 2 teams that are owned by a West Indian. But all of these teams are privately owned teams. And in a global society, if I own a business, an international business, I don't want Jamaicans to work in my business because they are Jamaicans. That's not a prerequisite for your qualification. The prerequisite for your qualification is that you meet the standard to be productive in my business. And the CPL franchises are international businesses owned by private individuals. And those private individuals are going to make the best decision in the interest of their business. So I gave you, I took my time out to explain it to you from 2 different angles. One, that is the business, and 2, your comments are discriminatory. And in a contemporary, modern society, there's no room for discriminating against persons who are not West Indians. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed with that comment. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate it. Nikki said the only person who think that Sammy's quality is Sammy. McCoy bowls outside the half stump. Let's watch the signal in. No, the umpire signal wide. 128 for 2 after 15.3. Farm said it's not discrimination. I think, explain it to me. I'm taking it wrong. I'm taking it wrong. Explain to me, Farm, how you think I'm taking it wrong. Wait, Farm. Hetmeyer swung up at McCoy over corner for 6 more. He moves up to 38 from 14. 134 now for 2. Wow. Hetmeyer is motoring tonight. What I told you? I told you that this could be a century. So Banana Brook, surely, here's what Banana Brook is saying. Surely, captaincy should be on merit, not nationality. Absolutely. The CPL is an international tournament with international players, you know. So Jamal Small is saying the tongue lashing Ambrose going to put on Falcons. I bet they win this match. Here's Oben McCoy, the big burly left arm seam around the wicket, balls to Hetmeyer, slapped away down to long off for 4. Hetmeyer is on fire tonight, you know. And they are rocking in the stand, the few Guyanese, while the Pakistan has gone quiet. That one lady with her Guyanese flag is waving, while the Antiguans and Barbudans are quiet. Their silence speaks volume. Wow. So Nicky said, I feel like he's thinking that if West Indians are captains, it will help with the development and match awareness of our players. They are often lacking. Okay, round the wickets, come a bit. McCoy, full toss. Hetmeyer swung it, dropped on the mid-wicket boundary. Is that man Gore again? Who was that on the deep mid-wicket boundary? It looks to be Gore again. Or is it Jacobs? Wow. So Nicky, I get that point, but remember, Nicky, it's not a West Indies tournament. The Cricket West Indies do not own the CPL. The CPL is a business entity. It's an international business. So owners of businesses employs person. Owners of successful businesses employs persons on merit. So if King Nelson is looking at it from a development point of view, then he should not have that expectation in the CPL if he's looking at it from a development point of view, which I can understand if that's how he's looking at it from a development point of view. And I think Farm said something similar to that. Spring around the wicket, balls to Hetmeyer, slap this down to long off for a single, 140 for 2 after 16.1. So it's a wrong perception to have for a private tournament. The Super 50, the regional 4-day, that's what West Indies own. And that's where West Indies can develop leadership. But in an international tournament where the franchises are owned by businessmen, where the competition itself is owned by a business conglomerate, Cricket West Indies cannot dictate to them who should captain their team, and those owners are going to always choose the best person for the job. So if King Nelson is looking at it from a development point of view, then I think he's picking the wrong tournament. It's not going to happen, and you can't demand that to happen. All right. So maybe if that's the way he's looking at it, I will take back the discrimination. I will take back the discrimination if that's the way he's looking at it. But suffice to say though that that's a unrealistic expectation to expect businessman to have. Well, you said the coach is a chief operation officer. The captain is probably a middle manager or a senior supervisor. So, yeah. So so I take back the discrimination part of it. I hope Kingman is still here with us. So I'll take back the discrimination part of it. But what I'll say is that it's an unrealistic expectation for that to happen in this tournament. It's a business. This is a business. Springer to Shea Hope, who squeeze it down to backward square leg for a singer, or they will come back for two. The score will go up to 147 for two. It's really getting hot, and it's a good thing that I have on these shirts, And these are some shirts that the link is in the video description. You can see my survival kit in the video description. The things that when I'm doing a watch along, some of the items, like my drinks and so on, and my shirt. Yes, development versus commercial success, still an interesting debate. I agreed, Banana Bro. Good night, Sheldon. Good to have you here. Swung away by Sheo for 6. Oh, no. 47 or 147 for 2. Sheo is on 69. Edmire is on 44. 147 for 2. Good night, Sheldon. Nikki's a man. That 27 all out still hurt us. So we want all opportunities to develop our players. Is drop. Mere drop the catch on the boundary. Yeah, but we can't demand that in this tournament, though, Nikki. It's an unrealistic expectation. We cannot understand. King Nelson, good that you're still here. So I take back as I said, I take back the discrimination. I'm happy that you're still here, so I can apologize to you personally. I take back the discrimination because I realized that you were thinking development. Thanks to Farm and I think to Nikki. Thanks to those two, now I realize. Full toss from Springer. This could be called a no ball. They're going to double check it. Leg by signal. 154 for 2 after 16.5 overs. Sammy cannot have a non-West Indian captain in his side. Why not? Why not Sheldon Smith? 150, yeah. Thank you, Farm. Thank you. Why not though Sheldon Smith? Because as the West Indies coach, it's different from Sammy as the St. Lucia Kings coach. The St. Lucia Kings is owned by the Chennai Super Kings, isn't it so? The St. Lucia Kings is owned by the same group that own the Chennai Super Kings. It's not a West Indies team. So Banana Brooks is saying that Seals drop has become painful here, said Banana Brooks. Okay, Banana Brooks, you have chosen a side. I never knew you had taken a side, and I think that you were just enjoying the match like me. So let's look at the field for those who are not watching. So there's a short third man, there's a short fine leg, and there's a backward square leg. Spring around the wicket, balls full to Hetmeyer, slapped it down to long off. One more to the total, and Curtly Ambrose, his eyes are pulping out of his head, and he's dead serious, and you do not want to go near him at this time. His eyes are bigger than mine, and you know, mines are big, you know, especially when I told them out, you know. They are big, you know. Good night, TC. How are you, man? Happy to have you here. Is that Terence Clark? Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Yes, yes, man. I love Ambrose, you know. Well, farm, you saw those eyes? They were like a toad, and they were boom, and is bending. He's absolutely bent. Wow. You know, I think that the Guyana Amazon Warriors are on course for 200 years. We would be whole men when a non-West Indian captain TKR, said Sheldon Smith. So I say that, Sheldon, that a non-West Indian will never captain TKR. Okay. Well, is that part of the agreement with the Calcutta Knight Riders group? Well, maybe that's a part of the agreement that Trinidad have. So Jaden Seals, done for 20 from 3 overs. He'll bowl to Hetmeyer. Over the wicket, wide outside the half stump, and just failed to collect. Did they go through for a bye also? No, they did not go through, so the scores only added by 1. The one wide, it's 157 for 2. I don't think that should be called a wide, you know, because the batsman did come across his stump, you know, even before the bowler delivered. And I would like to think that the line moved with the bowler. Okay, TC. Okay, TC. Good, good. So Nixon is issuing some instruction now to Fabian Allen. As I said, I don't mind that, you know. I don't mind that 1 or 2 times. But when you're always doing it almost after every delivery, it now becomes a problem to me. Pitched up, driven, down towards the cover boundary, straight to the fielder, sends the return in. That's Gore. 1 more to the total. 158 for 2. Here, let's see what Michael Douglas is saying. Don't know. Oh, Roxanne Gray. Thank you, Roxanne Gray, for your comment. 2 times they dropped Shea Hope. 2. I remember Seals. Remind us of the second time, Roxanne. I remember Seals right now. I don't remember the first time. So, Roxanne, remind us, please. So, Michael is saying, don't know why Wasim have Allen at long off and long on. He would be better at deep mid-wicket or deep cover. He would have catch those off chances. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the one that goes to Gore. Yes, Roxanne. Yeah, I remember now. The one that went to Gore. You're right, you know, Michael Douglas. Maybe, when you say Michael Douglas, don't they have to make a decision, though? Because long off, especially long off, is a heavy traffic area, you know. But I get your point. You'd prefer him at deep mid-wicket and at cover. I bet Ambrose is a softy at home. Love his passion for West Indies cricket, said Nicky. Here is Seals. Over the wicket, bowls to Hetmeyer. Hetmeyer slap this down towards long off over the top for 4. So there's a fielder at mid-off, and Hetmeyer just cleared him. Just gave himself room, access the ball, slap it over that field at a wide long off, down to the boundary for 4. 163 for 2. 200 is still on. Could be enough, Nicky. Could be enough. Could be enough. Could be. Could be. Sheldon or Robertine. Sheldon, but Sheldon, let me rub in something for you, because we can't allow you to fire 2 shots straight. I'm not fire back 1 at you, because 2 shots straight. Seals, balls to Hetmeyer uses his feet, can't beat Springer at mid-off. It's 164 for 2 after 17.5. Hetmeyer brought up his 50. So Hetmeyer 14 deliveries to make 100. He's not going to get there. Shea Hope might make 100. I told you guys that 200 was on the card. 200 still on the card, They need 36 from 14 deliveries to make 200. 200 is still on the card. So Sheldon, you know that the Jamaica under 14 girls beat up Trinidad under 14 girls the other day in a football match. I don't remember the score right now, but I know that we beat them. Yeah? So Sheldon, over the wicket comes Seals, balls to Hope. Oh, play the reverse scoop for 6. Well played, Hope. Good. Well, I must applaud Hope there. He got himself in good position. Seals just have to watch and admire. 170. Well done, Shea Hope. You know that Shea Hope has been playing that shot from he was about 12 years old. You remember? Yeah, don't you remember that Shea Hope? Yeah, man. He used to play from he was about 12, 13 years old. Coming up a long time I played that shot. Him always playing it from he was about 12 years old or so. Yeah, the first time I saw him play it he was about 12. I remember right now. Clearly. 170 for 2. Reverse scoop for 6 by Shea Hope. So it went over third man for 6. Seals, final delivery of his spell. Ball a full toss to Shea Hope, which he whipped down to mid-wicket and is out this time. But the fielder took it very low to the ground. Why? Shakib El Hassan. Nonetheless, he's out. Full toss. They won't check it. I think that reverse scoop that he played, he was still thinking about it and said, wow, I played that nice. And so he did not power that ball for 6. But he should have hit that ball for 6. Look at that. He just flicked it into the man at deep mid-wicket. The fielder should have taken another step in. He chose to take it low down to the ground. Nonetheless, it was a clean catch. So Shea Hope has to go. Why are you looking back? Get off the field. You're out. The man took the catch cleanly. Shea Hope gone for 82 from 54 deliveries. Well played, young man. Yeah. So I may take my revenge in World Cup qualifiers. Stay tuned. Yeah, well done, Hope, said Farm. Well done, Hope. So, yeah. So Sheldon Smith said, I may take my revenge in World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, Jamaica and Trinidad join the same World Cup qualifiers group, no? Yeah, probably need to do a watch along on that. Definitely. Need to do a watch along on that. Not on this channel, though. I need to do it on Live Moments. Need to do it on the Live Moments channel. I'll take my revenge. Sheldon, I'm praying TKR lose every game. I just love it when TKR lose. You hear that, Sheldon, from Mr. Casanova 1? So Shimron Hetmeyer is on 50. So will he get, well, it's going to be hard for him to get the 100. And he swings and misses as Obed McCoy bowled a Yorker, and it goes through. So 2 things here, he batted more than 10 deliveries, and then he passed his age, and now he reached 50 as I did say that probably he could make 100, but no, he's not going to be able to make 100. He would have to hit like 8 sixes. And even 8 sixes, he will still need to get some more runs, and only 11 deliveries leave. What's his Obed McCoy doing? Balls to Hetmeyer, and he slapped this down towards the extra cover boundary. The fielder sends the return in. 1 more to Hetmeyer. So he's, yes. That's good to see. 171 for 3. So you hear that, Sheldon? You hear that, Sheldon? He's saying that Mr. Casanova 1, Sheldon, is saying that he's an anti-TKR cricket fan. He wants TKR to lose every match. That's what Mr. Casanova is saying, Sheldon. Well, I know you will respond to him, Sheldon. Yeah. Don is tired. Farm says he's tired. He should have hit the ball away, Farm. I think he's just. How many deliveries he faced? Can't tired for face. It's night, you know. Can't tired for face. So 51. How many deliveries Hope face? 54 deliveries. Can't tired for that, man. You know, as I talk about tired, it's 172 for 3. So India have now introduced another test for its cricketers because they were not happy with the level of their cricketers' fitness while they were in England for the 5 test match series. So along with the yo-yo test, which they still have to do, and along with the 2-kilometer run that they still have to do, McCoy bowls to Hetmyer, full toss, whipped away down to square leg into the boundary for 4. He moves up now to 55. 55 from 24 deliveries. Low full toss, which he rips away, 176 for 3. They're probably not going to get the 200 now. They can still get it though. 8 deliveries left. 3 is 824. They will need to score 3 runs on average off each delivery. So an Indian cricketer now will have to do 3 tests. I think the third one they call is a bounce test or the Beyonce test or something like that. It's a test that rugby union persons who play rugby usually do that test. So an Indian cricketer now have to do 3 tests. They have to do the bounce test, if I get that right, the yo-yo test, and they have to do Hetmyer slap this one down to long off for 4. Nobody moves. 59 years, 180 for 3. And the 2-mile run. I know for the ladies, they have to complete the 2-kilometer run in what? 12 minutes? I don't know what the time the men have to complete it. Can you remember this girl from South Africa who, when she did the 2-kilometer run, she was out by, I think, 3 seconds. And they never took her to the World Cup. I think it's Marisia Cup. So she missed the 2-kilometer run by 3 seconds. And they never took her to the World Cup. So the English players now will have to be, the Indian players will have 3 tests to do. Just because I talk about the fitness level. But a man can't bat 54 ball and tired, man. In a night. Hetmyer, Hobed McCoy to Hetmyer, and he just swing this one into the stand for 6 more. 6 more. Hetmyer is playing a gem. I think 200 is back on. You know, he's on 65 from 26 deliveries. I told you that we're going to get something special from Hetmyer tonight. I told you, you know, from the moment that he walked out, I told you that we're going to get something. As a Tobago, I think Leroy George said, as someone from Tobago, he wants the Guyana Amazon Warriors to lose. Yeah, Michael Douglas, your comment flashes by along with Leroy George. Welcome, Leroy George. It's a good while. Well, the last time I was here was Wednesday. There was so much to be done between then and now. Yes. Nikki said, let's go, Etty. Use your head. Okay, Nikki. Nikki's extremely happy tonight because she declared up front that she's a Hetmyer fan. She's very, very disappointed with Hetmyer, but she's a Hetmyer fan. So I know some of that disappointment is gone now, and Nikki is, I know that in her heart right now, all she has for Hetmyer is love. Right, Nikki? I can bet is that. Springer bowls a full toss, go high in the air to Shepherd. Catch. Oh, brilliant effort, but it gone. Well done. Did Fabian Allen save that? Did Fabian Allen save that from going for 6? They're going to check if it is a no ball. Because it was a full pitch delivery. They're going to check if it's a full toss above the waist. It could be. Shepherd showing great strength. Hit it high in the air. Hove down towards long off. Fabian, I think probably he should have taken that catch, shouldn't he? If he had stand up, what I really want to see was where he was running from. Because I think that if he had stand up, he would have taken the catch. don't know if I'm being unreasonable to him because I really don't know where he's coming from. Maybe he was running into the position. Could be a no ball, you know. It's a no ball. Yeah, it would be interesting to see where Fabian Allen was, because to me, his body was not upright. And I don't want to be unfair to Fabian Allen because it might well be a good save. So I need more information to decide whether he drop a sitter or he make a magnificent save. So it's a no ball given as suspected free hit. 189 for 3. 189 for 3. So one more delivery to, it was the first delivery of the 20th over. I think he was magnificent, you know. I think he was magnificent. Looking at that, I think that he was magnificent. Christopher Bristol is here, man. Nicky, you have another 80 fan, you know, man. Christopher Bristol, who is my good friend. And Nicky, he loves. Don't go ahead of us, farm. Please, don't go ahead of us with the score. You know, the fans who are watching the watch along, they don't like that. You know, as that ball was hit through the covers for 4 and we go up to 193 for 3. So don't go ahead of us with the score, farm. Thank you very much. I hope you understand. Because there are persons who, although it's a watch along, there are a lot of persons who are not watching the match. You know, and it sort of spoil it when the community go ahead. When some, you know, go ahead of me with the score. I hope you understand. No problem, man. I hope you understand. Them guys that retire like Puran could fail for all I care, said Mr. Casanova. Springer to Shepherd, sheer power, over long off for 6. The 200 is coming up. Oh, wow. Matter of fact, 210 is now on the card. And really and truly, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, the wheels have come off, and Curtly Ambrose is not going to be a happy man. Shamar Springer has been taken to the cleaners. And that fifth bowler, that third seamer for the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, they need a third seamer because neither Shamar Springer or Odin Simit have gone well in the matches. So they may well need a third seamer, this Antigua Barbuda Falcons. Springer bowls to Shepherd, who flat bat it again, 1 bounce for 4. Or has it gone all the way? 6, it has gone all the way. 6 more over Cow Corner. So 3.3 overs, none for 55 here from Springer. And the wheels are really coming off here now. You know, so that third seamer is giving the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons a challenge. And they have to get either Odin Simit or Shamar Springer going well. 205. So the 200 is up. 205 it is. One of those has to start going well. Because that third seamer option. As you know, I have picked the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons to go through. Slow delivery from Springer. Shepherd swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. 205 for 3. 2 deliveries to come in the innings. 19.4 overs have been bowled. So as you're aware, I picked Antigua and Barbuda Falcons to go through. But I think that that third seamer option is going to give them a challenge. And Ambrose really has to work on Simit and Springer. Ambrose have to step up his game. Yeah, he's going to get a tongue lashing. Joshua James is the third seamer they need. He also has their highest strike rate last year. Leroy James, I don't think anyone had picked Joshua James because, and that one hit away for 4 again. So 3, 7, 19, 23 out of this over. In fact, 23, that was outside the half stump, and Shepherd just carved it away down to third man for 4. And I think that in the previous match, not this match, the first match that they won, was their second match, is the same thing that happened. Odin Simmet bowled the last over and it went for 23. This one, Springer have conceded 23 or 5 deliveries thus far. So let's see if he can end it at 23 and bowl a dot ball, York the man, or something like that. Wow, Older bowled some Yorkers last night, boss. Oh, Older. What a spell from Jason Older last night. Brilliant, brilliant. Springer, over the wicket, bowls, full toss, hit away by Shepherd. Down towards long off. Fabian Allen stopped it. They'll come back for 2. Surely. 25 from the over. And they're looking at third one, but it's not on. They will end at 209 for 3. 211 for 3. 211 for 3. The Guyana Amazon Warriors end. And you see Shepherd running off there, but Edmire taking his own sweet time. And these are the things, that Edmire just taking his own sweet times and Shepherd running off. These are the things that does not endear Edmire to fans, as he's taking his sweet time coming off laughing and Shepherd is running off. And these are some of the things, Jamor Sumal said Falcons are afraid to come off the field. Well done, Edmire and cousin Shepherd. Or Shepherd is Edmire cousin, or is your cousin farm? This score probably is too much for the Antigua, to be honest. I think so too. Nicky, well played. Yes, they batted well, So as usual, they take a break, you would appreciate that I will take a break too. So I'll be back with you for the start of the innings. Please remember to check out the Cricket Forum Match Day store along with our survival kit. So I'm going to get some of my snacks now and drink some Powerade. And check out this t-shirt that keep me nice and cool because it's really hot. It's really hot. So check out the Cricket Forum store and the Cricket Forum survival kit. Please check out those things for me. I will be with you for the start of the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons innings. In the meantime, I'm trying to get up some music. Is there any? Well, I don't have any music here. Need to get up some music. probably probably this will work. As I said, have some challenges with the lighting. These things usually happen. The lighting is probably disappointed with me that for a while now we do not have any show. I think the last show that we had was last week, was Sunday morning when we did that watch along with the TKR. I think the TKR, did they win that match? Yeah, I think they won, but they lost the other match that they played. So the probably the lighting. So let's hope it's all its own and this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad at all. So I'm back now. So I'm back for the start of the Antigua and Barbuda innings. Joel Andrew, Pretorius, the old man, driven away in the air, down towards the cover boundary. They're gone for one. They'll come back for two. First deliver, pitched up, swing away. Joel Andrew driving on the up over the top. They come back for two. Two without loss. Two without loss. Jamor Small said, I love that scoop shot from Sheop. Yes, I love it. And I think that's why he got out. You heard me say it, that he was probably thinking about it. That's why he never hit that full toss for six. He just clipped it to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. So Patrick Lambert is saying that, let's watch. Pretorius over the wicket, bowls to Joel Andrew, worked off his pad, back with a square leg, short fine leg, comes to his left field, one more to the total, three without loss. I am not supporting Guyana, but I believe they have put enough runs on the board. I really think that the 209, we could get something special from Joel Andrew tonight, though, you know. We could get something special. Celine, respect, man. Big up yourself. I'm here. We could get something special from Joel Andrew tonight. Watch out for something special from Joel Andrew. Three without loss. Raheem Cornwall hit this one high in the air. Has he got the distance on it? Oh, you bet. It's gone for six, has it? Four. One bounce, 4, 7 without loss. Pitched up and Raheem Cornwall hit it dead straight over the bowler head in the air. One bounce for 4. They probably should check that though, you know, because I think it went very, very close. Let's watch. Well, one bounce. I'm checking here. Yeah, one bounce. Clearly one bounce. Yes. Yes, Jamor Smalls. Big up Celine. Nice name, Celine. Love when the females checking. Over the wicket, Pretorius bowls to the big Raheem Cornwall. There's no doubt about this one. He hit it into the grass bank for 6. Oh, is this pitch a belter? 13 without loss. No run in there. Cornwall just hit that away for 6. Apart from bowling some beautiful Yorkers last night, he delivered professionally against his home team, said Patrick Lambert. Yeah, he played well, Patrick. He played well last night, man. And the thing about that performance from Lazy Older last night, you know, man, I didn't get to enjoy it because Pretorius bowl. Oh, what a shot by Raheem. Oh, he scored. Brilliant by Gudakesh Moti. Oh, I never know that there was a man so straight. Raheem Cornwall is gone. Brilliantly done by Gudakesh Moti on the long on boundary. What a catch. Let's watch this again. Pretorius pitched up. Raheem Cornwall hit it. Straight back as you like. And Moti, look at Moti. Moti has to be careful with that, you know. You know that I'm not walking if I'm Cornwall for that, you know. I'm not walking. I think Moti put the ball on the ground. You remember in the, who was he playing against? England in the T20 match, and he did something similar like that. And the umpire said not out, and he's not learning. You have to protect the ball. You have to protect the ball. I'm not walking if I was Cornwall. I am not. So yes, Patrick Lambert, I was, and I know this happened to a lot. Every cricket fans, this happened to. If you're a genuine cricket fans and you follow West Indies, look at this now. Look at this catch. There he is, good so far, but there he is, put it on the ground. It's not out. It's not out. So Kimo Paul is on the field, I guess, for Hetmeyer. Hetmeyer wide down the leg side, 14 for 1. I guess Hetmeyer said, come on. Hetmeyer gonna just stroll off and just go in the dressing room and say, where's Kimo Paul? Yo, big man. You know, so me make 60 yard, go and go field, man. So drinking. Yes, a Powerade keep me going, you know, it's part of my survival kit. Powerade. Yeah, man, part of my survival kit. Check out the survival kit link in the video description. You know, yeah, as I said, these undershirts keep me cool there, you know. So generally I wear these shirts when I'm going on the road, but I wear them as an undershirt. So I have another shirt. I have a proper shirt that was in the heat here with so much instrument and the light, and the days are genuinely hot in Jamaica. You know, this is the best I can do. A lot of fluid, the fan is on, a lot of Powerade, a lot of water especially, and you know, 17 for 1. But what a century from Andrew they should win. With a century from Andrew they should win. Hetmeyer was there celebrating with Moti after the catch. Natural coconut water is the way to go, said Farm. Well, everybody has their choice. I'm allergic to coconut water. I can't even drink coconut water. I can't even smell the coconut. Yeah, I can't not even smell. I can smell the coconut. Oh, what a wild delivery from Shamar. That is 5 wide. He is wild. Where's he come from? Where that place them? What a Carabara, some jungle. What's the name of the jungle that he came from in Guyana? That was wild, like a man coming out of the jungle. It's 5 wide. It gone for 5. Oh, that was wild. No alignment. You know, and I thought that shot was the best in the world. Look at Moti putting the ball on the ground. It's not out. It's not out. Shamar is still sleeping, said Farm, probably. Or he just arrived on his boat. Shamar over the wicket, comes in now, bowls pulled away. Oh, drop short of short fine leg. For a moment, the return comes in at the bowler's end. The backed up, 1 more to the total. So Gore was late on the shot as Shamar hustled him there. 23 for 1 after 1.1. This probably is. That was wild. Mikkel say he's sliding in the run-up. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm allergic to coconut, you know. Like Sunday morning, my wife was preparing some rundown. And I smelled the coconut milk, and it affected me. So I didn't even have to drink the coconut water or eat piece of the coconut. I can eat the rundown, but the coconut in its original stage, I can't go nowhere near it. And it affected me for a good about 15 minutes or so. I had was to get a Malta and drink the Malta to balance out back things. I'm generally affected by sulfur. So like crayfish and lobster and those things that have sulfur, like the coconut water, I'm allergic to high level of concentration of things with sulfur. That one steered away down to third man by Andrew for four. It's 27 for 1. He moves up to 6. So food are things that have high level concentration of sulfur. So I don't touch the coconut water. And so the Powerade is part of my survival kit. So you check it out in the video description. Just click on the link and get some Powerade. You know, it's good. Yeah. Over the wicket. Shamar bowls to Andrew. Andrew covers up, played out into the offside, and they go through for a quick single. So you know the thing about that farm. As I talk about the farm, as a little boy growing up in primary school at a very young age, I used to have to follow my uncles go to the field in the morning. The field is probably about 2-3 miles from home. And we had to go to the field in the morning. And we'd leave home before we eat breakfast. And when we go to the field, we would drink coconut water and eat pine. That's what we'll do. And we have to cut the bananas, not every morning, but when it was banana day. And we have to cut the banana, carry the banana to the vaccine plant, and go back home. I swung away high in the air. Who is that deep mid wicket? Let's see. No drop in no man's land. They'll come back for two more runs. So 30 for 1 after 1.4. Shamar Joseph in his first over. So we'll go to the field. We'll have coconut water and eat the jelly and so on, and eat pine. Those are the two things we used to eat a lot of. And then we'll cut banana and we'll go back, carry the banana, go vaccine plant, and we have to come home and go bathe. Well, when we're coming back from the vaccine plant, we'll stop at the river and bathe. Shamar bowls edge away down to third man for 4. 4 runs there. So we'd stop at the river and bathe. And we have to do that, and we have to come home, and we have to reach school. That school start well, 8:30 or 8 o'clock. It's so long ago now, I won't remember time. But if we reach school late, the principal will beat we. And then he will tell our grandfather, well, it was my grandfather, it was my uncle's father, that we reach school late. And so when we go home my evening, we'll get another beating. So we have to do all of that to make sure so we reach school on time. Yeah. So I used to drink a lot of coconut water in my young days. Down the leg side, white signal. This is a long over by Shamar Joseph. 36 for 1. 1 delivery to come though. It's a long over. 18 gone off it thus far. It's wild. So, you know. So 35 for 1. Yeah, so but I think about in the early part of the 90s, that's when I knew I was allergic to coconut. Shamar Joseph bowls to Guru, plays this to backward point. Finally, the over end, it's 35 for 1. I think that was somewhere in my final year in college. I was in Crossroad one day, and I have a coconut, and then I realized I have a jelly. I drank a jelly, and then I realized, oh, me feel so, and then we check it out, and yeah, the doctor advised that I'm allergic to things that have high concentration of sulfur. And as a result, like shrimps and crayfish and all of those things which I used to love as a little boy and eat a lot, all of those now out of my diet. Patrick Lambert says, sorry to hear that, but coconut water brought you on this earth. Dickie said, what's the hurry with Falcons? Pretorius bowls to Andrew, gave himself room and played a magnificent shot over cover for 6. What talent is this boy? He just needs to turn it into runs. Oh, what a shot. Back of a length from Pretorius. He gave himself room up and over. That's a magnificent shot, you know. This boy have the ability. He now needs it to turn it into runs. But he has the ability to be a good batsman. 41 for 1. Pretorius just only has to shake his head. He's over the wicket. Bowls to Andrew. Oh, he's bowled him down. Go across his stump too early. And that's the difference, between good batsmen and persons who can play a few shots. Huh? That's the difference. He played probably the shot of the match. But then he still only make 13. That's the difference. It's not, oh, no ball. Oh, no, it's not a no ball. Oh, for a moment, I thought it was a no ball. He went across his stump too early, and Pretorius just fired it into the leg stump, and Andrew go for 13. That's the difference. But the young boy from Rajasthan Royal name, that's the difference, man. Come on, man. I'm disappointed with the dismissal. So he probably played a shot of the match, but then he get out bowl next ball. So no matter how much talent you have to turn that talent into a batsman. So you have the talent to bat, but you need to become a batsman. And the only way you can become a batsman is by making runs, because batsman equal runs. Farm said these young players have no discipline, and Nicky agrees with him. I mean, what a shot the young man played, man, over covers, but then just gave it away like that. Jaja. Yeah, so when I was in, I think it was my final year in college. I don't remember. I had my final year and my second year. Short of Jacobs pulled away down back with a square leg for a single. One more to the total. It's 42 for 2 after 2.3 overs. So they are up with the run rate, but boy, say that dismissal, like, it licked me hard, man. Andrew dismissal, it hits me hard. I just, sometimes when you feel like you're going to sit in for a good ride, and the ride just never came, just like how Innings, it was exhilarating, and Pretorius bowls to, who is that? To Gore, who hit the sign the year down to Hetmeyer coming off the cover boundary. Yeah, as I was saying, that the score is 44 for 2 after 2.4. I just thought that this is going to be something special from Joel Andrew. This is a day when he's going to deliver and move out of that realms of potential to deliverance. I'm telling you, it hit me hard. So you guys now need to carry me through this phase, because that dismissal hit me hard. So Nicky, let's go Warriors. No worries, Ambrose is waiting on him, said Farm. That is true. Ambrose is waiting on him. And Nix is a good coach too. Pretorius both slapped away high in the air by Gore. Fielder can't get there. They'll come back for 2. Surely. 2 more to the total. 46 for 2. 2.5 overs. So that's slapped away. So 1 Cornwall never out. 2 Andrew gave away his wicket. I feel your pain, said Nicky. Just so I normally feel about Hetmeyer. Man does vex me. No worries. Yes, Nicky. But I just thought that he was going to play a good innings. Over the wicket, Pretorius, bowl, taken on the pad, going over the stump, no one appeal, 46 for 2 after 3. Amazon players are in the wrong fielding era. Well, remember, you can only have 2 out in a farm. Remember that you can't, it's the power play, so you only have 2 out. You you only have 2 outs, and you can't have them everywhere. So we have to be mindful of that, eh? We have to be very mindful of that. Respect, man. Respect. Yeah, respect. Oh, Darren Sammy doing advertisement now. Darren Sammy boss of Global Balance Fund Limited. What they do? Rob people money? Just joking. But it seems like it's some investment fund where you can invest it in and some investment management company. Go on, Darren Sammy. Big Darren Sammy. Big up yourself. Go on, boss. Go on. Big up yourself. Gurakesh Moti is coming into the attack after that over from Shamar Joseph. That went for 18 runs. So Moti, the left arm tweaker from Guyana, around the wicket, comes in now, bowls, short, cut away. Oh, he's beaten. I thought he got back onto it. So Jacobs was rocking back, but he's beaten on the outside edge. Jacobs need to deliver. He has not delivered in the tournament so far. Bevan Jacobs. Bowls to him. Oh, that one pitched and gripped and turned. So Moti's getting some turn here. Round the wicket comes Moti. Bowl to Jacobs, who works this down to long on for a singer. One more to the total. So Bevan Jacobs, 23-year-old New Zealander. He needs to get going in this tournament. Definitely needs to get going. Oh, Petura sent him off. Yeah, you'd have sent him off because that shot over cover was a serious shot by Andrew. Serious shot. Full toss, it away by Gore for 6. Over deep mid wicket. So full toss by Moti, and Gore said thank you and hit it away for 6. What? It's just that I'm trying to get the Joel Andrew dismissal out of my head, 53 for 2 nonetheless. So Gore is on 20 from 9 deliveries. Jacob is on 2 from 4. Moti comes in, bowls to Gore, short outside the half stump, and he spank it down to the cover boundary for 4. Wide, long off, extra cover, whatever you choose to call it. 4 lovely runs. Another expensive over, 11 out of it thus far. So they are 56 now for 2. That was short, back of a length, and Gore slapped it away through the covers down to the wide extra cover boundary for 4. Wide long off, should say. 57 for 2. Gurakesh Moti, the left arm orthodox spinner, around the wicket. He comes in now. Well, he abort his run up and he reverse. He's now around the wicket to Gore. Short outside the half stump again. Can't beat cover this time. Good stop there by the fielder at cover. That's looked to be Ben McDermott. The score will go up by 1 to 58 for 2 at the end of the over. 58 for 2 after 4. Sheldon Smith said this game is over as a contest. I am not willing to say that as yet, Sheldon. I'm not prepared to say that as yet. It's 52 for 4 after 4 overs. So they're ahead of the run rate. 413 is 52. No, sir. Yeah, man. 413, 52. I realize, you see, Sheldon run a while ago when me tell him, say, the Jamaica under 14 girls whip up Trinidad and then run. But him come back. Good to see you come back, Sheldon. And him come earlier in the day, and he goes a bap and lick me about 3 times. Like him just, so I have to go for something for him. And when we go for the girls, the under 14 girls, them in Dodge and gone. Paul Nixon was the first coach to win the CPL with Talawas in 2013, and he won it again in 2016 also. Yeah, yes. Didn't I say that earlier? Michael Douglas, I think I said it earlier. From Amazon is showing complacency, bad idea. You know, I get Mr. Casanova and Farm is probably the same type of person, you know, them nervous guys them. It's 58 for 2. I thought it was 52. Short, pull away, down, back with a square leg, work for the square field, like can't get there, 4 runs, 62 for 2. So 62 for 2, so that's after 4.1 overs. So I think that Farm and Mr. Casanova, you know, they are nervous. Like, you know that Mr. Casanova, it doesn't matter how many runs West Indies made. Mr. Casanova never comfortable. You know, if West Indies want 2 runs soon and 10 wickets in, and Mr. Casanova still fretting, you know. Down the leg side, wide signal, 63 for 2. So Patrick Lambert is saying, Mr. Brown, you had a chance to watch the Windwater Under 17 captain bat. Can't remember his name, but he is an Edward with some talent. Never watch him. No, the truth is that I don't watch any of those matches. Shepherd wide outside the half stump, 64 for 2. So six gone from 1 delivering this over. The under 17 tournament, there are 2 reasons. 1, Jamaica is doing absolutely poorly. And 2, I'm very busy. So as a result, I have not watched any of those games. I'm absolutely busy. Shepherd bowls to the right-handed Gore, who clipped this away past the dive of the man at backward square leg, diving a foot by the fielder coming around from deep mid-wicket. I'm sure they should have gone back for 2, 66 for 2. So 66 for 2. The run rate is now 15.23. So check out in the video description, just under the video, you will see the Cricket Forum survival kit and also the Cricket Forum match day store. So 57% of you think that the CPL is a top 3. The CPL is a top 3 tournament. So more than half of you think so, 57%. Shepherd bowls to the Gore, who plays this away high in the air. The fielder comes in, took the catch, and probably the match is over now. So Gore gone for 31 as a slower delivery from Shepherd. This match is well and over, 66 for 3. The Guyana Amazon Warriors are going to win this. Unless there's something special. But who in this team can play something special? I don't know. This is not a team with a big name player, you know. This team doesn't have any big name player. They depend on a collective. But they are off to such a good start that they can still win, you know. Because they have to such a very, very good start. It's left to be seen. So just below the video description, if you look, just click on more. Below the video, you will see more. And when you click on more, you'll have access to the Cricket Forum survival kit. And you will see our match day store, where you get all sorts of cricket gears in our match day stores, from pans to bat to gloves to pads and all of those things. You can just click on the link. It will carry you directly to a link where you can purchase these from. And of course, definitely the Cricket Forum do get a commission when you buy these things. So, and that is supporting the channel, as I stated there. And each time you purchase these things, we will get a commission. So check out the match day store and our survival kit. 66 for 3. Guyana Amazon Warriors are really on top now, and they are in charge. They are large and in charge. Definitely large and in charge. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shepherd turn away into mid wicket. They go through for a single, 67 for 3 at the end. Oh, 4.4 gone. $67 for 3. Shepherd 1 for 9 point from 0.4. But they have to such a good start that they're probably going to take an innings of about 80 or 90 from Shakib Al-Hassan. So Shakib Al-Hassan, an old man now, and he has never batted well in the CPL. Yes, Nicky, I watch both, but I must tell you, Nicky, wide outside the half stump. I think the umpire will signal wide. He does 68 for 3. Simit not playing tonight, Kingman. Springer, they play Springer for him. There's no discipline in the bowling attack, said Farm. I think they're experimenting tonight, or is the ball wet? Remember Farm, Michael Douglas said they're sliding all over the place, so who to tell? Nicky asks, does anyone here watch La Liga or the EPL? Well, mostly the EPL, but I must warn you, Nicky, do not call the name of that team that starts with L and end with L. Don't call the name of that team, Nicky. Don't. You're not allowed to call that team name on this channel. Turn away down to long on for another single. It's 69 for 3. You hear me, Nicky? Okay. You have been a good girl. Don't call that team name that starts with L and ends with L. Yeah. You see, somebody said that they are anti-Uno. They are anti-TKR. Mr. Casanova, I think, said it, that he's anti-TKR. Oh, lovely, Nicky. Lovely, Nicky. I love that, Nicky. 70 for 3 at the end of over number 5. So the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons are 70 for 3 at the end of over number 5. They need a further 142 runs to win from 15 overs. Gettable. That's gettable, you know. It is so gettable. They are off to such a good start. Here, Nicky now. I told her not to call that team name that starts with L and ends with L. What she did. So because she's a supporter of that team and she know their song, she said, I will never walk alone. You see, I love this community. You know, you guys are so creative and, you know, I love you. Shamar bowler plays it back to Shamar and there's no run. That's Jacobs, the New Zealander. I love you. Oh, you're not a supporter of them. You're just teasing me. Okay. But nonetheless, that's creative. Okay, short of a batsman now, said Kingman. I think this match is going to be competitive, you know. Let's watch Shamar Joseph. He's over the wicket, bowls to Jacob, and Jacobs edge it, can't beat short term and short finally. Good work by Shepherd, diving to his left, restrict them to 1. It's now 70 for 3. I think earlier I'd said 70 for 3. It was indeed 69, but it's now 70 for 3. My apology there. Yeah, the ball touched the ground. We said that short of the batsman now, so back of a length. It could be very interesting. So they're just replaying the wickets that the 3 wickets that have gone down. But they should not show back that Joel Andrew one. You know, if Joel Andrew was still batting, we would be very, very excited right now because he was going to go. And that's again if. Don't use if in cricket. You know, because you got out. So here is Shamar Joseph over the wicket, bowls to the left-handed Shakib, who misses it as it goes through. As I said, Shakib is not someone who generally makes runs in the CPL. He doesn't usually perform. Okay, no problem. I don't have a problem with Arsenal. You know, Barcelona. Sometimes I'm a more of a Barcelona person than a Real Madrid person. Yes. But Shamar bowl short, pulled away by Shakib Al Hassan for 6. Down backward of square leg, 76 for 3. That was short, and Shakib Al Hassan pulled it away down to backward of square leg for 6. So he moves up by 6 now. He's on 7. It's 76 for 3 after 5.4. So Barcelona and Real Madrid, I don't really like them team there, Nicky. But it's not like the other team that starts with a hell and ends with a hell. But I will cheer for Barcelona if they are playing against Real Madrid. Shamar bowls, short, cut away, can't beat cover. Score remains on 76 for 3. And if it's a Real Madrid and the nice neighbors are playing, or Real Madrid and that team there, that team that starts with L and playing, I want Real Madrid to win. You know, I will want Madrid. So the nice neighbors and Real Madrid, I want Real Madrid to win. But I'm not a real. I watch La Liga, but I don't rate them team there. Shamar Joseph bowled to Shakib Al Hassan, who steered it down to third man for 1. It's 77 for 3 after 6 overs. End of the power play. 77 for 3 at the end of the power play. Jamo Sumal said Joseph looks delicious to the batsman. Probably, you know, probably. He bowled well in the first match, didn't he? He bowled real pace, and I think that he sent Evan Lewis. At the time, I said that he has knocked Evan Lewis out of the tournament, but we saw Elvis Lewis came back and played. I guess Springer can bat somewhat. Yes, Kingman, he can bat. Yes, Springer can bat. Springer can hit away a few balls. I think that they are still in with a chance. 77 for 3 after 6 overs. They are in with a chance, especially if they get it. And Imad Wasim can bat, and I think Imad Wasim is coming next. If they can get 40 off the next 4 overs, they are in this game. But then Imran Tayer comes in, he's out stump, Shehab stumping. So Shakib Al Hassan is gone. The googly gets rid of him by Imran Tayer, and he's out stump. Shakib Al Hassan, as I said, never performed in the CPL. Can any one of you remind me 1 year when Shakib Al Hassan performed in the CPL? I can't remember. It's 77 for 3 after 6.1 overs. It will be 77 for 4 because I'm sure that he's up stump. I think Sheo missed the stump on the first occasion, but then Shakib Al Hassan was so imbalanced that he still could not get back in. So it was a fair delivery. Oh, watch the googly. Am I right? Yeah, he's out stump. Oh, is that adjustment of the finger to stretch it out why I think that he missed it? So 77 for 4. I guess Springer. I hope you are not a red devil. I don't like them at all. Yes, I am, Nicky. I am, Nicky. Can't help it. I can't help it, Nicky. I can't help it, dear. I can't help it at all, darling. Can't help it. Why you need to look at that twice, umpire? The man gone. The man gone, man. Yes, the Amazon Warriors will win this match, and they will win it comfortable. You know what happened when, Shakib Al Hassan, man, never performed yet in the CPL. He's a politician in Bangladesh, right? Yes. The Red Devils are going to win this match, and they're going to win it easily. Like how I was listening to the Australia South Africa match early this morning when South Africa was batting. And you know, when you're in your bed, you're not really, sometimes you're not really watching the match. You turn on you turn on your phone at a level where you can hear it, and you try your best that your wife is not hearing it, but you can hear it, and you put it on the bedside table and so on, so you can hear it, and she not hearing it. So you don't, you just want to relax and listen to the match. You don't necessarily want to watch the match. You just want, and Jano, I have to stop because the Australian commentators, they were not telling you anything at all going on in the cricket. Not at all. Not even the score they were giving you, like I'm telling you, 77 for 4 and a half, 6.1 overs. Oh, they weren't telling it. It was the worst commentary here, man. You couldn't follow the match. You're not talking about the cricket, man. Forward come Imad Wasim, 77 for 4. Patrick Lambert said both Alec and Andrew are too talented to be getting out in that manner. They have dropped Alec Atanez, don't? I think Alec Atanez have been dropped from the... Which team is he playing for? St. Kitts and Nevis? He didn't play the last match. I think they brought in Rizwan for him or something like that. Tayer bowls to Imad Wasim. He squared him up on the ball, peel off the outer portion of the bat and goes to backward point. 77 for 4. The score remains after 6.4. So this turning out to be a good over. No run of score so far after 4 deliveries. Imran Tayer bowled to Imad Wasim and another wicket. He hit it hard to Kevin Anderson at extra cover and his out card. Good catch, Kevin Anderson. Hit hard. Wow, he came on the front foot and he slapped that hard. 77 for 5. And Imran Tayer is on fire again. The man who is closer to 50 than 45. You can't keep him out of the game. 5 deliveries, 2 wickets, no runs. Antigua lost this match. Farm said Andrew will be one of the best players in a few years. Well, let me say this, Farm. I would want that. I would want that. And not only Andrew, but there's a lot of other young West Indian batsmen who I want that for them. Because we need 5 or 6 batsmen who are averaging 40 and above in Test cricket. Because once they start do that, it will translate into the other form of the game. It will. If you're a good Test batsman with the fundamental basics, it will transform into the other form of the game. So we need 5 or 6 batsmen at least, minimum, who are averaging 40, above 40 and above. So I really hope that Andrew and a few more of our young batsmen would deliver, because it will make all of us happy. Imran Tayer bowls the googly to Springer. He never picked it. A double wicket maiden, 77 for 5 after 7. On the other hand, though, we have seen so many of these batsmen who, when they were 18, 19, 20, we have so much high hopes for them, and it never materialized. You could look at Hatanese. You could look at Carty. You could look at Kirk McKenzie. You know, and you can list so many over the years as Moti turned that one cross Jacobs and there is no run, 77 for 5. And they just never reach the standard that we want them to reach. And Moti to Jacobs played it back down the inside of the pitch to the bowler, 77 for 5 after 7.2. So I am hoping that these set of young batsmen, as Joshua Darn, Moti to Jacobs played out into the covers and get a quick singer as it was to the left of cover, 78 for 5. Like players like Joshua Darn and Joel Anjo. Hopefully Kirk McKenzie can find back some form. Alec Atanese will get it right. You know, and there's something to build on because it will bring the Caribbean people a lot of happiness. But I am, from what I saw in the past, I am not ready to pronounce any batsman as yet. And as Nicky said, young and talented and lack discipline. And that's a very important. The man who collecting a pension pick up wickets, said Jamor Sumal. That's a very good point there that the farm is making there now. The young players need better guidance. This is pulled high in the air by Jacobs. Let's see what happened. It dropped short of Shamar Joseph running in from long on. And so they're second and 1. It's 80 for 5 after 7.5. That's a very good point there. The young players need better guidance. And I want to pause there and say something at the end of the over. One delivery to come from Gudakesh Moti because you're spot on form. While there seem to be so much joy, one of the biggest thing in West Indies cricket now, and what here's Moti, slips is in position, bowls to the right-handed Springer who played it on the inside of the pitch. 3 runs from that over. None for 15 from 2 is Gudakesh Moti. 80 for 5 after 8. Imran Tayer. He's going to bowl out here now. He's licking his lips right now. Imran Tayer. The guidance is so important. And how to put it? It's probably some level of human nature. But it requires a set of maturity because the present players don't want to see the players that are coming up after them do better than them. Yes, it's the truth. Is it human nature? Is it selfish? Is it a case that they don't have the maturity? But because the present set of players don't want, this one is hit high in the air as it got the distance. Let's see, it's still going, it's gone into the grass bank for 6, 86 for 5. Jacobs is on 12 now from 13. As Imran Tayer, he slug swept that one high for 6. So that's where the guidance need to come in from. That there need to be a way to break these young set of players coming up, break them away from the present set of players. I'm telling you, the present set of players don't want to see those coming after them do better than them. Kingman boy, hear what Kingman said now. I love you, Kingman. I love you. I know me beat you often, but me love you tonight. Not a soccer fan, but out of all the English teams, I never supported that LP team. Just never like them. Kingman, I love you tonight. I love you. So this is a challenge with Leroy George, you know. Leroy, oh, he's bowled down. He's bowled down. Shamar Springer is, leg before. So I told you that he's licking his lips. He's going to bowl them down tonight. 89 for 6. Shamar Springer. Leg before to Imran Tayer. 89 for 5. So this Leroy George always do that. And you see, one of the things, and I love Leroy George, you know, and he's always here and he's always do banter. We always have good banter, you know. But sometimes Leroy George don't. One, he doesn't listen to me carefully. And two, he isn't aware that there's something that calls exception to the norm. And he didn't listen to me that when I was speaking, I said, generally. I never use the word always. All right, Leroy George, cool. Do you rate our regional tournament? So I think you're asking if I rate it highly because we have to rate it, whether we rate it lowly or highly. So I think you're rating. No. I can say that we see improvement this year. This year was an improvement over last year. So let's see if it will continue to improve. But I don't rate our regional program highly. You know, I don't rate it highly. If I'm to rate the Super 50, if I'm to rate the Super 50 out of 10, Imran Tayer bowls to Fabian Allen, who plays it down to Longhorn for a single. 90 for 6 at the end of over number 9. Jacobs is on 13 from 14 deliveries, and Allen is on 1 from 1. Jacobs is saying, oh, me? You not get out, you know. You can't go and get out. Me come from New Zealand. Me not get out. Me a play so that all next year me can get a contract too. So Jacobs is really batting for a contract for next year. And he's on 13 from 14, but he's looking like, he's saying to himself, you know, I'm going to get some balls that I can hit for 6 and 4. And hopefully that will carry up my strike rate to 165 by the end of my innings. You know, that's what probably he is looking at. Yeah, so the ratings for the Super 50. Well, our Super 50 can't give more than 4 now. I'll give the Super 50 4, and I'll give the regional 4-day 6. Turn away down to forward short leg for a single, 91 for 6. I'll watch to see if it's leg by. Don't get the signal yet. Waiting on the signal. Haven't seen it as yet. Still don't get any signal. It's a single. So Allen is on 2 from 2. So Jacobs on 13 from 14 comes into strike. So he's seconds now. They are drying the ball because it is moist. So I think that's where I'll rate it. I'll give the 5th. Moti round the wicket, bowls to Jacob, and Jacobs cannot beat mid-wicket, although he gave himself room, open up himself, but the arm ball comes off the inside edge of the Kukukura bat and goes to mid-wicket for no run. 91 for 6, Jacobs. Seconds here now. There's a slip in place. Good Akesh Moti. Round the wicket, bowls to Jacobs, forward, played it back to the bowler, 91 for 6 after 9.3. Wayne Good said Etmai was another one of those youngsters. Hope for us youngsters to play Test cricket. Yeah, yes. played away. That is true, Wayne Grudge. Thank you for joining. Turn away down to the man they are talking about, Wayne Grudge, for a singer. So, yeah, that is true, Leroy George. That is true. Yeah, good point there. Good point there. I hope some of the Windies players learn from the experience overseas players. So yeah, we do hope so. Ball to Fabian Allen, and he looks to sweep, taken on the pad. White signal also, it didn't hit the pad, it hit Hope's pad. He's hoping trouble here. I see him hopping around like a cat on a tin roof. 93 for 6. Jacobs on 14, Allen on 1. Budakesmoti round the wicket, bowls to Allen, turn this into mid-wicket for another singer. It's now 94 for 6. Allen is on 3. Jacobs on 14. He will come into strike. Well, Allen is on 2. Okay. So they changed that signal. I don't rate it high either. It does very little to develop our players. Whipped away by Jacobs down to long on for a singer, 95 for 6. What do you think we can do though, Nicky? What do you think we can do to improve the standard of, so there's a strategic timeout? What do you think we can do though, Nicky, to improve the standard of our regional 4-day and our Super 50? Because as I said, I give the regional 4-day 6 out of 10, and I'll give the Super 50. Well, that's a poll that we could do, rate the tournaments. Maybe tomorrow I'll be doing a watch along also. So I guess more or less, just about more than half of you agree that the CPL is ranked in the top 3. More than half of you. And yeah, I think you are more or less right, because I don't think the BBL has as much viewers as the CPL, and I don't think the SA20 have as many viewers as the CPL. So I think that more or less you are right. So yes, so Nikki, so what score would you give it, and what you think we can do to improve it? Beg you 30 seconds, please. Yes, Nikki, so please, what do you think we can do? If Bradman would have been the worst T20 batsman imaginable, he only scored 6 sixes in his entire career. Maybe he would have adjusted though. He would have adjusted. Farm is asking, why is Allen not playing for West Indies? Is it because he's not a friend of Sammy? I don't think so. I don't think that Allen deserves a game in the team right now. He needs to make some runs, Kingman. I think he needs to make some. Want Allen to make the West Indies again. Very good in the field. But he needs to make some runs. We don't pick players as fielders. Harvey Lynch, how are you doing? Young players are being overrated. A player must first manage himself. Well, A player must first manage himself. He must be hungry for success. How do the older players make the younger players bad? Bad Stokes? Let me give you an example of Lynch, and this is true. When Kevin Sinclair just got into the West Indies team, at the end of a day's play, he was running some laps around the field. And a senior player, I don't know if you'd call him a senior player, but you'd call, what did they call it? One of the players who was in the team for a good while. Shout out to him and say, yo, boss, man, what you do? You think that can help you? That can't help you, man. Come sit down. Kevin Sinclair. Kevin Sinclair, stop. You know? So the younger players have to have the mental fortitude to rebuff those things. And although although Kevin Sinclair was working on his fitness, it goes for the same thing when probably a youngster who decides, say, yo, I'm going to bat 500 balls in 2 hours. And you bat the 500 ball in 2 hours because you're working on your intensity. That's load appeal is going to give him. He gave him 97 for 7. Dead leg before Jacobs goes. Imran Tahir, that's his 4th wicket. Oh. That's his wife. That's his mother. That's his sister. That's his brother. That's his girlfriend sitting beside his wife. That's the whole of South Africa in his box. 97 for 7. Even if they review it, that is plum leg before. Decision reviewed, him gone. It's not a no ball. So a player decided, all right, just for argument's sake, just the sake of argument, that today I'm going to practice some off drive because his primary school coach, this is the way that is, or it could be inside edge, you know. This is the way that his primary school coach used to coach him. That, you say, for this evening, you'll play a pure off drive for 2 hours, inside edge. Inside edge. So this is going to turn back. So it's only 6 wicket gone now. So that's his primary school coach coaching. You're going to play 2 hours off drive this evening. So we're going to have somebody doing some throwdowns, or we're going to set the machine, and we want you to bat 500 deliveries in the 2 hours. Because you're only playing half drive, and it's a machine. You know? So, you know, probably ever after 10 minutes, you get a 1 minute or a 2 minute drink break because you're building up fitness and you're building up stamina. Now, when that youngster take that attitude into the West Indies dressing room and him say, "Me need to go bat some ball," and the first time the coach go out there with it, because the coach love it, the West Indies coach love it now, and him go out there and him bat. Hit away down to long on by Jacobs. The fielder comes around, picked up. Will they go back for 2? No, they stay on 1. And I'm just painting a scenario. So on the bus to the hotel from training now, a senior player go sit down beside that the youngster there and say, yo, and that's how we do it, just so you know. How you do? I show up, man. Whipped away by Fabian Allen down to back with a square leg. I'm going to behave like you want to show up, man, you know. You hear me, I say? So nobody do that again. Because you're not coming at this, come show up, man. You hear me? You just follow our example. You hear? And that culture is being passed on from generation to generation in West Indies cricket. And until we cut that, this thing won't improve. Jacobs hit that one for 6. So it's 105 for 6. Now he moves up to 23 from 22 deliveries. Yeah. So those are the things that we have to cut. So you think that lengthened the tournament? Nicky said lengthened the tournament. Wayne Good said too much of our senior players are missing from our regional tournament. But how do we stop that? How do we stop that though, Wayne Gudge? How do we stop that? You know, do we have mentorship for the up-and-coming players? That's a good point. That's a good point, Jamor Small. Tires play like a 16-year-old, said Farm. I want home and away matches like long ago, said yes. Regional 4-day tournament is not highly rated because of the low quality of talent on display. Young players must be hungry, said Arville Lynch. So it's 105 for 6. They are hungry, but they are being told to, I explain it to you, they are being told how to operate. They are being told how to operate, you know. And when you get, remember, you know, look back at yourself when you went to, say, high school as a little boy. And when the bigger boys them say, yo, clean my shoes. You have to clean it in a village. You know, so it's just the nature. When, as I said, when a youngster, when I the scenario that I place, that I put forward the coach in primary school coach and him high school coach, would I instill certain discipline in him, certain drill in him, and when him go to the West Indies or even to the regional teams, him realize that the culture there is different. And remember, we are human beings, you know. Play the way out into the offside for a single. So we are intrinsically motivated to work because we know that when we work, we earn and we can take care of ourselves and our family. We are intrinsically motivated to do that. And some of us grow up knowing hard work. But if you reach, for example, the West Indies team and Shepherd bowls to Fabian Allen, bottom edge to backward point for a single, 108 for 6. You reach to the West Indies team and you are being told that, and I say go, you're saying, we don't work so hard, you're saying, so nobody come try like you want to show up anybody. You know? Because we turn upon you, my youth. We turn upon you. We ignore you, we leave you alone. We run you out when you're bat, or we won't take your catch when you're bowl. So you need to do what we say, Shepherd bowls to Jacobs, turn it into the onside. They run hard for 1 and they'll come back for 2. These are 2 good runners. It's 110 for 6 after 11.4. So Jacobs moves to 26 and Fabian Allen is 6. So yeah, they tell us, yo, when you're bat, we run you out. And when you are bowl, we won't take your catch, depending on what role the person playing the team. It's as simple as that. You know, they will tell them. So I say, yo, when you come a room, you do what the room do. Don't bother behave like you want to show so. You know, so this one is it high in the air. Somebody must take this catch, but it's going, you know. Hetmeyer circle under it, took the catch. Jacobs goes for 26 from 25 deliveries. 110 for 7. There's no review in this now. Shepherd picks up his second wicket. 110 for 7, 2 for 16 from 1.5 over. 1.5 over. Good catch though, that by Shimron Etmai. It went high in the air. It went high. I'm sure if you look at, I'm sure that ball come down with some moisture on it. That's how high in the air it went. Very high. And yeah, good technique there now. Say what you want to say about Hetmeyer, but that was a brilliant technique to take that catch. Look how he give with the shoulder. Look how he give with the shoulder and everything. Good technique. Just to name a few of our players who are not involved in our regional cricket tournament. Mr. Casanova is saying, I'm not cleaning any shoes. We would have to fight it out. And if I lose, so it go. But I'm not cleaning any boys' shoes, even if they're older than me. All right, Mr. Casanova, good. You give your perspective. But you know that even, I don't know if it happened in this modern generation, but up to about 20 years ago, like Wayne Rooney used to have clean man shoes and him just come out Manchester United. You know, him have clean man shoes. Just to name off a few of our players who are not involved in our regional cricket: Russell Powell, Alan Shepherd, Etmeyer, Rutherford, Evan Lewis, Pooran, etc. Infrastructure change must be made. The infrastructure thing, Nikki, I always hear about it and I always say it. Persons in all walks of life overcome challenges to succeed. Little boys and little girls live in board houses, no electricity. 5, 6 of them sleeping on one bed. They wear barefoot to school. They don't have any textbook and so on. But those with the will overcome. They overcome. Those with the right will, those who really want it, they overcome that and become productive members of society. And I think that while that is not the best situation, and while I agree with you that there need to be improvement in infrastructures, I also think that there is more of a motivating factor. There's the will to succeed supersedes the lack of infrastructure to me, because it doesn't matter what infrastructure you have. Say you have the best structures in place. But if the player, after training for an hour, said that I'm burnout, the infrastructure can't help the player. But you can have the worst infrastructure, but that player is prepared to train for 8 hours. He's going to be better than the player who has the infrastructure, who only wants to train for an hour. So, yes, infrastructure, yes, but the will and the determination to succeed, in my opinion, supersede infrastructure. Thank you, Leroy George. I'm surprised. Leroy George, I must be nervous. Don't. Leroy George, I think your figurative scenario may be spot on in identifying how an experienced batsman can hinder the development of a young players. We need a cultural upgrade. Yeah, we need a paradigm shift. But Leroy George, I'm telling you the truth. I'm absolutely nervous that you agree with me. I'm nervous, Leroy George. I'm telling you the truth. I'm nervous. Cultural shift. These men want us to consistently rally and give us nothing to rally about. Nicky, I love you. I love you, Nicky. You're spot on. Yeah, he's a good fielder. He took that catch well. That catch was brilliant. I love the technique. Yeah, he's good, Nicky. He's good. 114 for 7. We're in over number 12 point. We're in over number 13. 12.4 has been bowled. Petrus round the wicket, bowls to Allen, who hit this on the bounce to the fielder on the cover boundary. Hetmeyer believes that he could come in and dive forward and take the catch. Nonetheless, Allen moves up to 10 from 10. Mir is on 1 from 3. 115 for 7. Look for example at Barbados Royal. They have a good amount of regional players, but they have experienced people like Powell, Decock, King, and Rutherford to learn from, said Jamor Small. Thank you very much. Swing misses, goes through to the keeper, and there's no run. Was the culture passes on to Gale, Chandapal, Sarwan, Samuel? It's your ability and you're grounded, which allows you to beat the culture. Like, why do you think Jaden Seals is improving so much? Because Jaden Seals is well grounded. Everywhere Jaden Seals goes, don't you see his parents there with him? So he's well grounded. Eh? And Shamar Joseph, he never came through the system. He never came through the system. Alzari Joseph, big and serious. Nobody can say nothing to him. Else him lick them down in a training. Them don't want to bat him at training. Nobody can say nothing to him. So those are the things why the bowling is improving. And the bowlers now have a mindset, because I'm telling you, see Jaden Seals, and I said it, I think about probably about 3-4 years ago, or maybe not so long, probably about a year or two ago. Jaden Seals is going to get one of the biggest IPL contracts in the history of West Indies cricket. Watch, me tell you so. Remember I told you that Jaden Seals is going to get one of the biggest IPL contracts in the history of West Indies cricket. Yeah, me tell you that. Yeah. Infrastructure without good work ethics is heading for destruction. Yes, Mr. Casanova, that's absolutely. So you got a 5-4. Oh, I was reading Mr. Casanova comment. Let me look back at this. It's 116 for 8. Imran Tayer picked up his 5th wicket. Isn't this his 5th? I'm almost sure that he has gone 4 already. It's saying 4 for 21 from 3.3, but I'm almost sure. As the batsman swung across that line, that's Fabian Allen, and his half stump is knocked back. So Imran Tayer, or is it Mir? I'm looking, it's under the helmet. It looks to me Mir. Mir is it? So, yes. Yes, Mr. Casanova, that's the point I'm making. It's Fabian Allen want to put up his name for selection. He need to try and bring his team close to this total. Yes. Etty has always been a good outfielder, said Erwin Thomas. Most of our players have become mercenaries, said Nicky. Do you think we can get Champions League T20 next year, said Somi? Well, I don't think the Champion League is finalized as yet. It's in the woodwork. So Mir, you can't expect more from Mir. So Leroy George appears to be again agreeing with me here. He said that Brian Lara infrastructure was flower spot to practice finding gaps in the field. Dan Bradman infrastructure was bouncing a tiny ball on a wall to bat with a thin sticks. Mind is what matters. Yeah, after back foot goes the left-handed. That's looked to be Obed McCoy. It's 116 for 8. So he's looking to get his 5 for year. I thought that it was a 5 for 116 for 8. This is what happened when the match is petered out. You know, you're not on the match. You're more. Oh, yes, that's his 5 for his York. 5 for Imran Tayeri, York, Obed McCoy. And the big burly left-hander was slow to get dug on that one. And Imran Tayeri runs towards the crowd as usual. Not with the full-blooded sprint when he was closer to 40. Now that he's closer to 50, he's more of a jog. He's more of a what you call what they call it in track and field. When you're laying out, what they call it. When you're striding out. The track and field term soon come back to me. Do you think so? 5 for Imran Tayeri. Congratulations. Guyana are on their way to an easy win here. 116 for 9. The Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. Obed McCoy gone for naught. Yeah, this type of conversation usually happen when the match is one-sided. If it was close, you know, we'll be spending more time on the match. Do you think that our older players could have deterred Ambrose with such a defeatist culture from the older players? No, but and that's the point I'm making, you know, Harvey Lynch. It doesn't happen to Seals because Seals is well grounded. It doesn't happen to Alzari Joseph because Alzari Joseph is big and serious. So you could look at him like Ambrose because Ambrose is big and serious. And Shamar Joseph doesn't come through the system. But when he comes, he saw a big and serious Alzari and he saw a well-grounded Seals. And you know that fast bowlers cling together. The other hand, in Ambrose's team, there was that culture where Ambrose joined. Towards the end, it started to come because the West Indies people have a part to play in this, you know. Because we supported persons like Sherwin Campbell. That was his name. Stuart Williams. Keith Arterton. Sylvester Joseph. And there are a few more we supported those persons when they used to say that Brian Lara was a divisive element. Why? Because Brian Lara was training harder than them, although he was a better batsman than them. Brian Lara was spending more time training. They were not putting in the work. They were not making any runs because they're not putting in the work. And so what they do, they blame Brian Lara for their failures and say all of these things about Brian Lara. And the majority of the West Indies community buy into those arguments that those failing players were making against one of the best batsmen of all times. And because the West Indies public buy into that argument, and almost as if they turn against Lara in the latter part of his career and see West Indies losing matches because we foolishly bought the argument that it was Lara causing them not to perform. And that's where the culture set in. So Allen top edges down to the boundary for 4, 120 for 9. He moves up to 50. So although a man went to Sri Lanka And he made, how many runs did he made in Sri Lanka? Let me exaggerate here just for the sake of argument. I don't remember, because I don't remember the exact number of runs. He went to Sri Lanka and he made 1 trillion runs. And West Indies still lost the series 3-0. Because the rest of batsmen them don't do nothing. But them blame Lara for their poor performances, saying he's divisive and all of those things. And we, the Caribbean people, foolishly bite. And those guys say, oh, yeah, man. And that's where the culture started. That's where the culture started. Remember that. Remember, we are putting in a plan in place to empower and develop. Remember, we are putting in a plan in place. The IPL is a curse for our West Indies players. I don't agree with that. Why? Because it is not a curse for the English, the Australian, the Bangladeshi. It is not. So why is it? Is it? Because I think it is. I'm not going to spend much time on this, but I don't believe that theory, because we're really probably disrespecting the players unnecessarily, because we are saying that I don't know. I don't know. You might be right in a form. You might be wrong. You might be right. So let me ask the question. Loud appeal round the wicket is given leg before 121 all out. Is he going to review it? Seals plumb leg before, but he reviews it? Or is Fabian Allen? So is he 46 or 48? I think it's about 48 in a summit. Imran Tayer, isn't he 48? Because I think he's closer to 45. Or 46. He's 46 years old. He's 46 years old. Thank you. So he's 46 years old. Terence Strong, I'm good enough, man. Happy to have you here, my friend. Always good to have you. Tayer, keep on putting up these performances. He will be in the CPL for next year again, yeah? Mr. Brown, where's your E? Mine has an E. Oh, so Nicky R. Brown, no, mine doesn't have one. Mine doesn't have an E. 5. Arvelin said, there was never good infrastructure in West Indies cricket, yet we dominated the world. Yes. Why would an IPL team give a big contract to Jaden Seals? His bowling begs for more slip fielders than T20 gives. He cannot bat. So, Leroy George, mark my word. I didn't say next year, I didn't say next. Just a minute. Sorry about that, Leroy George. My wife just asked me if I need a cup of Milo. I didn't say next year, no, Leroy George. I didn't say next year. I didn't say the year after that. Well, so it's 121 for 9. So it pitch outside the leg stump. That's why the first thing I say, round the wicket, Who was that umpire that gave it out? Nicky said, Nicky, I love get trouble, What's the umpire that give it out? I'm going to look at that umpire because it's because that umpire that gave it out, the ball clearly pitched outside the leg stump, But there's an umpire in this match. I don't know if he was the one that gave it out, but a few weeks ago, we were having a discussion. And not a discussion because there the ball touched the ground. That should not have been given out. And I was telling him that the umpires are paid good money Fabian Allen just hit a 6 over extra cover and held the post for about 30 seconds. He moves up to 21 from 17 deliveries. 127 for 9. 127, man. Well said, Mr. Casanova. Back then, we had all hard-working players. We got lazy players, hungry for money, selling themselves like mercenaries. Well, I mean, I agree with, I don't necessarily agree with the last part of your statement, but the first part, and that is the point that I always made, that hard-working players, give me a hard-working player who does not has the talent of the lazy player, and I produce a more consistent performer. A more consistent performer. Yeah. Yeah. Hard work beat talents every day if the talent doesn't work hard. Roxanne Gray said the umpire wants to end the match. Yeah. That umpire, Roxanne Gray, I'm telling you, if it's the one from Jamaica, he's not a nice person. Not a nice person. I'm talking about from personal experience. I won't say much, but he is not a nice person. Also, you're brown with an E. The umpire wants sleep, Michael Douglas. Was it the one from Jamaica that made the decision, or was the other one, Michael? But the one from Jamaica is not a nice person. And I'm giving my experience. Let's say my experience. He's not. Fabian Allen planned to be on a front cover tomorrow. Oh, that was a lovely shot, Mr. Casanova, and he held the pose. It wasn't the same quality as the Joel Andrew shot, but you can see that he enjoyed that one. So, good at Keshmouth, I think the ball is soft. It's 128 for 9. Fabian Allen is 22 from 19. I believe Jaden Seals will be inaugural the best bowler on earth. I think he already is. But T20 cricket is not for great seam bowlers that can't bat. IPL will never appreciate Seals. Not true. Yes, Nikki. Yeah. Well, yeah. His dismissal hurts me. Yes, his dismissal hurts me. It's disappoints me. Azwood from Australia. Leroy George. Azwood. Trent Bolt. Come on, give me some name. Yeah, that's the gentleman on the screen there. Not a nice person. Not a nice person at all. Not a nice person. You don't want to meet him. So give me some more. Usman Malik, Bumrah. You see what I mean, Leroy George? No, it's not Chris. Well, this one is high in the air by Allen, but I don't think he has the distance. The fielder took the catch at Meyer again. He doesn't drop those. So Allen goes for 22 from 20 deliveries. And this is, Roxton, this is always, it comes down to person's experience, because persons might have a different experience with that umpire. And, because my experience with Christopher Taylor has always been pleasant and courteous. Well, again, but that umpire there is not a nice person. Roxanne Gray is not a nice person. Well, Stark can hit away the ball, Mr. Casanova. Stark get a lot of I want to put Stark in that category, Stark and Cummins. I'm thinking about the rank number 11s. That's why I put Hazelwood, Boomerang, you know, Trent Bolt, you know. And so, and Michael Douglas is making the point that Seals can bat better than Hazelwood. So, and all of these bowlers are getting good money to play IPL. Leroy George, right? Congratulations to Guyana. No, not even. No, that even have impact sub. They don't care if you can't bat. Yes, true, Mikel. Good one, good one, good one. Thank you for that, Mikel. The all-time number 11 said Nikki. Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you all for tuning in. It wasn't one of those matches where there was a lot of cricket, but we did have a lot of discussion. Thank you, Nikki. First time on the show. Glad that you are here. You stay with us right through. Leroy George, Mr. Casanova, Farm. You know, first time meeting Farm. So it was a good discussion. What's the friend name up front there that I misinterpret what he said, and I did take it back. I did take back the discrimination. I did take it back. But yes, I apologize to him again. But it was a good discussion. Happy to have all of you here. Look forward to see you tomorrow when we play. Well, I know that I'll probably have a different audience tomorrow because the TK will be playing. Oh, you normally listen, but you don't comment. Thank you very much, Nikki. It's a pleasure. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful night, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself now. Take care of your loved ones. It was good to be here with you again. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.